What's going on, everybody? This is Stainless FX with Forex is Hard. Hope you guys are doing amazing. We are going to go through kind of a weekly recap on how last week performed in the markets. And I'm also going to go over a couple of my top trades for the week, the mindset I had going into it, and probably rant towards the end of this. But if that sounds like something you're interested in, you're crazy, and I appreciate you. Let's get into it. So last week I said if price broke through the support for the dollar index, then we were going to see a lot of bullish activity for the majors. As you can see, that did not happen. It was a very bullish week for the dollar, and that translated into bearish activity for a lot of the majors. So looking at EURUSD, as you can see, again, bearish week. We had a bullish day to close off the week on Friday, but really couldn't find that much bullish activity. You can see this level of resistance that was tested from Friday and never really approached that again. We just kind of trailed downwards for the remainder of the week. I'm not expecting, honestly, I have no expectations for EURUSD for this coming week. I'll have to see how the market reacts to the litany of news that we have. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the economic calendar. As you guys can see, a lot of high impact news for the week starting on Monday, with Euro having quite a bit of news early in the day. We'll have to see how that affects price going forward, but there's going to be quite a bit of volatility, so keep an eye out for that, because that is going to be a lot of opportunity to make or lose money in the markets. Just be careful. Again, I do not recommend trading during high impact news, but if that aligns with your strategy, you do you. So let's move on to AUDUSD. To start the week, it was a pretty bullish candle, and that was mainly due to the news that we had to start the week last week. As you can see, cash rate and RBA rate statement for the Aussie. It was pretty much in line with what they were expecting. So price pretty much collapsed throughout the week. I had a short on this on Friday. Made a bit of a profit on that, but closed it out to kind of just close out most of my positions for the week. Right now we're trading in this demand zone, and I'm not sure if we're going to break it. That's something we'll have to keep an eye on to start the week. But let's move on to pound USD. Now, for those who don't know, I incorporate a lot of things in my trading. Trend lines happen to be one of them. They're not an end-all be-all for me, but they are definitely good for confluence. I was watching this bullish trend for pound USD, and when I saw that we broke this level, I was waiting for a retest, and we did test it again. Kind of collapsed throughout the week. I managed to get a few good shorts on this. I wish I kept up the short indicator right here, but I erased it. Sorry about that. I'll try to keep it up for the next video. But yeah, I made some decent profit on this, and honestly, from the looks of it, I can anticipate price kind of heading further down to this demand zone. But not going to jump into anything to start the week. We want to see how news affects price. Moving on to gold. Now, if you remember from my last video, I was pretty bearish on gold. We had this huge bearish candle and then some consolidation. So I was expecting price to continue down to this next level of demand, and that didn't happen. A few days of pure bullish activity, even breaking through the 382 fib level to this supply zone. Tested the supply zone and rejected, and from there I managed to take some shorts and get into some decent profit. I really should open up my prop account to show everybody, but just trust me, bro. It, I'm still in some gold positions, and I'm hoping to hold them at least to the 25.56 level. So for now, we'll see how gold plays out. We are again back in this level of demand, and we'll see how we open next week. Now, moving on to my trade of the week, that was pound CAD. Now, why did I take this position? Okay, we broke through this level, this trend line. I was expecting a retest of this, but that did not occur. What we did was test this level of resistance. Could not close above it, which was a good indicator that it was going to hold. And I saw a good opportunity to get into this position when this huge bearish candle occurred. I try to record this trade, which I'll show towards the end of this video, but once we kind of rejected this resistance level, I got into a short position. I'm still in that short position. The one thing to know about pound CAD is that, as you can see from the daily chart, when it trends, it trends for quite a while. So I'm anticipating price at least getting to this demand zone, of which once it does, I'll look to trail a stop or get out of it entirely. So this is how the trade played out. As soon as I started recording, you can see this massive drop. So perfect timing with the recording. But I really want to leave you guys with this. I'd say try to trade according to your personality. Okay, that is something that I wish I knew earlier when I started trading, and instead of trying to follow your favorite guru's advice, whatever that may be, I'd say do some reflection, figure out how your personality translates into profits in the market. And what does that mean? That means if you consider yourself an impatient person, or your strategy involves trading multiple pairs, don't be ashamed to do that. I know it's kind of frowned upon in Forex to trade a lot of pairs. You know, your favorite gurus are typically saying, yeah, focus on one pair or focus on two pairs max. I don't agree with that. I say focus on whatever strategy aligns most with your personality. Like personally, I trade 18 pairs, and as you guys can see, I'm also utilizing 5 different time frames. Just over the years, I realized that was what was best for me, and I think everybody needs to kind of figure out what's best for them when it comes to trading. All right, if I gave 10 random people my strategy and said, hey, use this to make money, I guarantee you that all 10 people are going to profit in 10 different ways, or maybe even lose money because my strategy may not align with their personality, you know? And that's kind of the biggest takeaway from this, is that there's so many ways to profit in the market. I mean, at the end of the day, price either goes up or down, right? And how do you get to that decision on whether to pull the trigger on a trade? That's up to you, and it takes time to get to that point where you feel comfortable trusting yourself or your strategy. But take that time to really reflect on you and understand what it takes to pull that trigger. Okay. And what I would totally recommend to everybody is do not follow someone else's strategy. Do I think mentors can help? Sure. I've never had a mentor. If I did, who knows? Maybe I would have found success in the markets a lot sooner, but it may not have aligned with my strategy. So it's really up to you, and I hope everybody can kind of find that system that works best with who they are. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. I really hope you have an amazing week. And yeah, that's it. This has been Stainless FX. And, at the end of the day, Forex is hard. Have a good one.